washed my face today and like didn't put, well, I mean, I always wash my face. Let me make sure that's clear. But like usually
Good morning, and welcome to CDR Pre-Show. Right now, we're showing you CDR24 segment replays. Coming up next, we'll show you some more CDR24 segment replays. And later on, CDR24 Morning News Show with Michelle Gonzalez, Jesse Davila, and Alexander Menchaca goes live at 9 a.m. You're watching CDR24 Pre-Show. It was a cool evening in Del Rio. The local police department welcomed families and the community to their holiday-themed gathering, a warm twist on their usual Coffee with a Cop event. This time it was called Cocoa with the Cop, and a cheerful crowd turned out for cocoa, coffee, and slices of cake. Children laughed and chatted with officers or played games, and parents took the chance to get to know the people who serve their community. For the first time, folks met Officer Itchy, the new mascot of the City of Del Rio Police Department. Alongside other officers, Officer Itchy handed out gifts to every child, bringing wide smiles. The event didn't stop there. This year, the police department had invited the City of Del Rio Animal Control to join in, organizing an adopt-a-thon where visitors could meet pets hoping for new families. It all made for a scene filled with laughter, curiosity, and kind connections. Chief Ramirez explained the idea behind the gathering.
The impact it's had on the community is just, in my opinion, acceptance. The staff came up, we were thinking of some different things we could do, and of course we all like to celebrate Christmas. This weather starts to get a little bit cold, and there's nothing better than having some cocoa and being outside and warming up, having some nice lights, and of course getting some presents from Santa Claus. So that's what we're kind of trying to do. This is what kind of started this. We just want to do something that everybody has fun at, including ourselves.
Sergeant Galindo spoke warmly about the tradition and how it brings everyone closer together during the holidays.
It was put together, it's our third annual Cocoa with the Cop. It was put together to give back.
We hope you enjoyed this segment. You can find the full version on ConnectDelRio.com or Connect Del Rio social media pages. Good morning, and welcome to CDR Pre-Show. Right now, we're showing you CDR24 segment replays. Coming up next, we have CDR24 Morning News Show, starting at 9 a.m. You're watching CDR24 Pre-Show. Cafe Sol, the new spot for gourmet cupcakes and cozy coffee breaks in Del Rio, officially opened its doors to the public with overwhelming community support. Located at 4730 US Highway 90, this new cafe is a dream come true for its owner, Gracelia Alviso. Alviso, who has been perfecting her baking skills for over 15 years, reflected on the journey leading up to the grand opening.
I have been baking for over 15 years, and it was my dream all along. And today, thanks to my parents, first of all, and my family, my kids, my husband, everyone, we're finally getting it after all these ups and downs and everything, but we're here now.
Starting out as a pop-up stand at local markets, Cafe Sol has evolved into a vibrant cafe offering not only delightful cupcakes, but a welcoming atmosphere for the community. Councilperson Jesus Lopez Jr. was also present at the event, offering his congratulations and kind words to Alviso and the new establishment.
So I hope this is all something that y'all look forward to in supporting her and continue the service that her and her family are providing for all all the people on this side of town and anybody that drives through and wants a good cup of coffee closer instead of going all the way to town.
Cafe Sol is a perfect addition to the Del Rio scene, combining a rich history of family dedication with the promise of... We hope you enjoyed this segment. You can find the full version on connectdelrio.com or Connect Del Rio social media pages. This is CDR Pre-Show. Thanks for joining us here on Pre-Show. CDR24 Morning News Show starts in 2 minutes. The countdown will begin shortly. This has been CDR24 Pre-Show. We are about to begin CDR24 Morning News Show, Del Rio's first advanced modern news show. Stay tuned, and good morning, Del Rio. We are about to begin CDR24 Morning News Show, Del Rio's first advanced modern news show, with morning news anchor Michelle Gonzalez, co-anchor Jesse Davila, and meteorologist Alexander Menchaca. We will begin in just a few seconds. Stay tuned, and good morning, Del Rio.
Good morning, Del Rio, and welcome to Connect Del Rio 24 CDR24. It's a beautiful day to live in Del Rio. My name is Michelle Gonzalez.
And I'm meteorologist Alexander Menchaca.
This past March 2nd, 2025, we celebrated our first birthday.
So we celebrated 1 year of serving this community in a new and innovative way.
So Alexander, this year has just been amazing for us. We've seen so much growth with CDR24, and we are ultimately so thankful to you, everyone.
Absolutely, Michelle. From the newspaper, from our team growing, we just want to say thank you so much for all your support. To me, it feels like a dream come true. Just being a local kid, being a meteorologist, you know, that's always what I wanted to do when I was a kid. So to be able to support you and give you information has always been, you know, just an honor to all of us, right?
Yes, I'm going to piggyback off of that to say it's definitely been a dream of mine as well. And so blessed and honored to be part of this wonderful, wonderful thing that we get to bring news to you, Del Rio, every day through our morning news show and through our local newspapers. So it's just been fantastic to see our team grow, and it's an exciting time for CDR24.
Absolutely, and we're ready to get started for you today. So let's see what we got going on today.
That's right. So joining us today is 5 Points Market and Socket from the Gypsy Motorcycle Club.
Also joining us this morning, we have Aaron Albert from Val Verde Regional Medical Center and City Manager Shauna Burkhart.
Alex also has some weather information for us, and I'm sure it's going to be interesting considering all that high wind we had throughout the week.
Absolutely, and a little spoiler alert, Michelle, we have a couple of high wind days coming this week, but we're going to get you more set on that on the weather segment.
That's right. So is it going to be like where it's going to be blowing trash cans again? Do you think?
I think that the trash can alert may be on the radar this week for
everybody.
sure.
So make sure you get those trash cans in a safe place and make sure, because there were some kind of flying through the street as I was driving around town this past week.
Absolutely, power lines, trees,
Definitely.
well, I don't think we'll get there, but we'll be close there. You may want to secure some things outside your yard for sure this week.
Definitely good to know. We're going to look forward to hearing more about that in just a bit. So we've got plenty to cover and plenty of guests with us.
And we've also got multiple video stories from our video journalists, Paul Hackemesser and Eddie Martinez.
It's Saturday, March 8th, 2025, and you're watching
CDR24.
Watching CDR 24. Dedicated, trusted, and the latest news. You're watching Del Rio's first advanced morning news show, CDR 24.
Good morning, Del Rio, and it's great to be back, and thank you for joining us this morning. Back in December, we held our first annual keynote presentation. At this presentation, 5 Points Market was announced as our secondary CDR Business of the Year. 5 Points Market is described as a permanent farmers market, bringing you fresh goods and also has great tasting burgers. This morning, joining us in studio is Rick Martinez and Lorraine Spanky Martinez, here to talk about 5 Points Market. Please join me in welcoming 5 Points Market. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
How are y'all today?
We're doing really
It's so good to see y'all, and you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So, yes, so we know that you all do a lot for the community, and congratulations on the award.
Thank
back
you.
in December. And so tell us a little bit about the history of 5 Points Market.
Well, in 2019,
Okay.
we had a small trip to New York, and Spanky really enjoyed Little Italy. And at that time, she said, can we do something like this in Del Rio? I said, I don't know, we can try, Spanky. And it just turns out that later, 2020, we had the incident with COVID, and we had shortages in paper towels and paper goods.
Yes.
So we decided to start filling our store with that, and that's where the 5 Points Market began, with the shortages that we had in Del Rio. The paper goods became fruits and vegetables, that became Spanky's pickle goods. And now it's become.
And it's just grown from there.
Yes,
right?
yes,
That's awesome. So you did talk a lot about the things that you choose and select, right? That you have. I love walking into, because you know how sometimes Del Rio, you're kind of you need a little something. You need some fresh veggies, and you don't want to go into the big store. You just kind of want. I run out of that tomato or that avocado, and I want to run into 5 Points Market. So it's the perfect place to go there. If you haven't been there already, make sure you go by there. What types of fruits and vegetables do you carry for somebody who hasn't been there yet? Maybe.
We try to carry the basics. So of course, everything that you're going to be using basically, so like tomatoes, onions, potatoes, jalapenos, stuff that people use all the time. That's the majority of what we have. But we also do, of course, have like natural cleaning products. We have soaps, we have lotions, we have candies, we got sodas, and then of course my products as well. So I mean, we have a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
So if you haven't been there yet, Del Rio, you definitely need to stop by 5 Points Market. And so another thing that's on your menu are the delicious and famous hamburgers, right? So I love driving by there, 5 Points, and you just always see Spanky out there, and the burgers are just smelling delicious. So tell us about the burger, and which is one of the most popular ones?
Well, the burgers actually started as just like a hiccup, actually. It was a hiccup because I was doing brisket grilled cheese. We ran out of brisket, couldn't find brisket anywhere. And I'm like, what am I going to do now? So Rick's like, you know what, just do some burgers. And I'm like, burgers? Really? Like, nobody's going to want my burgers? And he's like, you never know. People people are going to want it. So we decided to make burgers one day, and it just exploded from there. So it just went crazy. I ended up with maybe like 2 burgers on the menu to about 3 or 4 pages now of menus of stuff that we just keep adding and adding and adding
Which
to
is the
it.
most popular one, though?
The most popular, it's between the Rodeo and the Big Kahuna.
Okay.
So the Rodeo, it's more of a spicy kind of a burger. So you got your jalapenos, your grilled onions, of course my barbecue sauce, and then the Big Kahuna, that one's a Hawaiian burger. So that one, it's meat, cheese, Spam, because that's what everybody eats in Hawaii is Spam. Pineapple, grilled onions, and then I make my chow chow, and then I also add my barbecue sauce on
You're
top of it.
making me hungry, Sandy. Sounds so good. So, anyone that's gone into 5 Points Market knows that you all really prioritize customer relationships. So you all bring the community together through your social media, weekend events, and so much more. You know, kind of what motivates you, and maybe a memorable story that you have. Customers that just when they walk in, I mean, they really make you feel at home. Like they make you feel like your family. What do people say? You know, what do your customers love most about it?
They just love the interaction and just you know, us being able to, you know, help them with whatever they need.
Yes.
I mean, and as soon as they come in, they're not our customers, are more like family. You know,
definitely
and
how we feel,
and a lot of the times they're our neighbors, they're our family. It's just it's just a big community, and we've been supported a lot through the community, and we'd like to give that support right back.
That's wonderful. So what's the most unusual item you've sold, maybe that people don't know about? I know you've got a lot.
We have a lot. Yeah, we have a lot.
Some of the to me, it's not an unusual item per se, but it's unusual who finds it that they actually enjoy it is children. We've noticed that little girls enjoy Spanky's pickled garlic.
Pickled garlic.
For some reason.
Wow.
Little girls.
Yeah.
I wouldn't assume that little girls enjoy pickled garlic that much, and that's become a hit with little girls. I don't know if it's just their taste palate, it's something that they enjoy, but you'll see little girls snacking on pickled garlic like crazy. Pickled garlic and scorpion lollipops.
Yeah.
We have real scorpions. Yeah, they just love them. I don't know what it is.
Oh, and the little crickets. We have like dried flavored crickets. Like, and you would think it would be the boys.
Yes,
it's the girls.
It's
the girls.
Those are things you can't find at local stores here. So definitely, you know, there are going to be some unique items that you all carry that you can't find anywhere else. So I just love going into 5 Points Market. So what are some future goals maybe that you can share with us about 5 Points? Any exciting plans coming up today or in the future?
We have quite a lot.
There's a lot of plans. It's a day-to-day thing. You never know exactly what's going to happen because Spanky, we like to plan, but not too far ahead because we've got so many things going on right now.
Right.
So we're kind of just trying to catch up. The market is probably going to expand considerably to have to include food, and we're going to include more seating inside.
Okay.
Spanky's already applied for her liquor license and her tobacco license, so that'll be happening very shortly.
Nice.
And so it should be growing considerably.
Exciting times for 5 Points Market.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
anything you want to share with our viewers before we wrap up?
I think our gratuity for sure.
Yes, our gratuity for sure, and thankful for everybody that's helped us out and has supported us and has been here through this whole time. And then also we are actually on our way to Bracketville right now.
Yeah, that's why we're dressed a little bit.
That's why
more
we're
like
dressed a little bit more. You know, we're actually going to go to the Fort Clark Days right now. And
yes, we have to run the Fort Clark Days and run right back to our market because we have a full market going on today. We have vendors right now.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
We are at 300 Margaret Lane. You can find us, of course, everybody knows we're right across the street from the spot, right across the street from Doña Elvira's. Those are the two places that everybody knows.
Yes.
But we're right there, right on 300 Margaret Lane.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Rick Martinez and Lorraine Spanky Martinez from 5
Thank
Points Market Del Rio. Definitely get out there. If you haven't been there yet, you will find some amazing things and some great, great hospitality. They're going to make you feel right, just like family. So thank you all very much and enjoy your time in Brackett today.
Thank you so much.
Now let's take a look at our Eye in the Sky. So Del Rio, as we take a look at our Eye in the Sky, going into the International Bridge, the skies look clear. The wind doesn't look like it's picked up just yet, but I know Alexander's going to tell us all about that in just a bit. There are a couple of cars going into the Ciudad Acuña, maybe a couple of cars coming into the city. But heading on down to, we're able to see that, how traffic is going. And you can actually see this camera, at any time on the City of Del Rio's website. All right, Del Rio, next let's take a look at our new camera from Gilbert Mercado Financial Services. Now their camera is set up facing west, Gantu Road. So you're taking a live look just 1 block away from the Connect Del Rio Studios. And the traffic here looks clear on Gantu Road. We know that this tends to be a busy street, but right now it's clear. So maybe you're enjoying your cup of coffee and watching us here at the Morning News Show on Connect Del Rio. Now, this camera comes from Money Concepts, Wealth Management and Financial Planning, Liberty Tax and Money Link Financial Services, Inc. They provide holistic wealth management and financial services, including retirement planning. Those of you that are thinking of retirement, it's coming up on income tax preparation, IRS representation, bookkeeping, payroll, and more. And we want to let you know that if you're a business and you have heavy traffic in your area, reach out to us to add your camera to our Eye in the Sky in exchange for some free advertising. All you need to do is email us at info@connectdelrio.com or message us via our Facebook page. Now let's dive into our next segment with some updates from local entities like the City of Del Rio, San Felipe Del Rio CISD, the hospital, and Val Verde County. The Del Rio Police Department participated as celebrity readers at Lamar Elementary School yesterday morning. The officers visited several classrooms and read to the students, stressing the importance of reading and working hard in school. The City of Del Rio recently posted a notice regarding new municipal court hours, and it reads as follows, quote, beginning Monday, March 10th, 2025, the City of Del Rio Municipal Court will close to the public at 4:20 p.m. daily, to allow for necessary court maintenance at the end of each business day. Individuals who require assistance after 4:20 p.m. may still contact the court via phone or schedule an appointment for a later time. Additionally, those needing in-person services outside of regular hours may request to be seen during evening court sessions, held on the second Wednesday of each month from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. We appreciate the public's cooperation and understanding as we implement this adjustment to enhance efficiency and continue providing quality service to our community. San Felipe Del Rio would like to remind everyone that the time jumps ahead 1 hour on Sunday, March the 9th, so don't forget to spring forward. Heading into Val Verde County, the next Commissioners Court meeting will be held on March 12, 2025 at 9 a.m. You can stop by the Old County Court at Law building at 207B East Lozoya Street to be exact. Now let's see what Val Verde Regional Medical Center updates there are. The Val Verde Regional Medical Center recently posted a health alert relating to the measles outbreak. Some symptoms to watch out for are high fever, runny nose, cough, red and watery eyes, a rash that can start on the face and spreads, also tiny white spots inside the mouth called Koplik spots. There are prevention tips. However, ensure that you and your family are up to date with vaccinations. Maintain good hygiene practices such as regular hand washing. Be sure to contact your healthcare provider if you suspect exposure or experience symptoms. And that wraps up our local government and education segment. That takes us to Community Guest. Welcome to Community Guest. Today visiting us in studio is Socket from the Gypsy Motorcycle Club. Today he joins us to talk about an upcoming rally happening as soon as next weekend. Please join me in welcoming Socket. Good morning, Socket. How are you? It's great to see you. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. That's great. It's great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Here. So we know that you're here to tell us about the 48th annual St. Patrick's Day rally hosted by the Del Rio Gypsy Motorcycle Club.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, every year we have a rally here in Del Rio,
Yes.
and it's been going on since the 70s. So we have motorcyclists from all over Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma, Kansas, all out.
Everywhere.
And we even got a chapter in Germany that come down. So, but it's not only for the gypsies, it's for any biker, any community member, anybody is more than welcome to come and enjoy what we got going on over there.
Awesome, and we know you have a lot of great activities. So, like you did mention, anybody can attend. So,
yes.
Open to the public.
Correct.
Everybody's
it is.
welcome. Okay,
yes.
So that's great. So the rally is going to feature a fun run and some field events, right? So
yes,
can
ma'am.
you tell us what the fun run is about, and then some of the field events people can look forward to?
So the fun run is what we do is kind of like a scavenger hunt.
Okay.
But it's on your motorcycle.
Oh, fun.
So we'll set up spots around our community, and they got to ride out to the spots. Visit, it's to show them what our community consists of. So it goes all around. The winery is a stop, Hookers is a stop, and it's just
so cool.
out. And when they come back, then they draw cards, and whoever has the best hand wins.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's the fun run, poker run, fun run, whatever you want to call it. But then for the field events, we have what they call a pickle bite, because of course the gypsies, our mascot is a pickle.
Okay.
So it's a pickle hanging off a string, and the driver brings his passenger on a motorcycle, and they have to bite out of the pickle.
As the motorcycle's moving.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And it has mustard on it, so they get all mustard and everything. But then you also got, we got the keg push, we got the tire roll. There's just little games that you do. And they're not all just on bikes. They can be in person.
In person, yeah.
Yes.
That sounds like fun. So we saw that there's also a few RV spaces available, select a few, right?
Yes.
So for motorcycle enthusiasts. So what is the camaraderie like around motorcyclists, and tell us a little bit about the RV spaces.
Well, the RV spaces is because it's an all weekend event.
Yes.
So me personally, since I'm the president and I'm hosting it, and my club members, we stay out there. So we have tents. Right. Everybody stays out there, even everybody coming in from out of town or whatever. So some people do bring their RVs, and there's spots that they can set up. Even if there's RV spots available still, even the public can bring their RV and stay the weekend. That sounds
like fun. So we know it's definitely going to be a fun event, Socket. So would you like to share something with the community just as we wrap up, just inviting everybody where to find it and how to get there?
It's at the Elks Lodge, and that's located off 90 between the water plant and the golf course.
Yes, okay.
And what's a big thing about Del Rio this year, we're having Family Jewels live perform.
Oh, fun.
So the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Del Rio don't get much for things like that, so if anybody's wanting to come out just to hang out and listen to a live band, there is a cover charge.
Okay.
It's $10 after 6 p.m. on Saturday, but they'll be there. The band will be playing from 8 till midnight on Saturday. We got food vendors there. We'll have vendors from the community that sell their stuff that they have out there. So it'd be a fun little event.
Fun day to go. So tell us the dates that you're going to be there.
It starts at noon on Friday, which is the 14th, and then it ends the 16th.
Okay, so it's
on Sunday.
Okay,
yes.
So fun for all. Make sure you get out there to the St. Patrick's Day rally next weekend happening. And so, Socket, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you, ma'am.
We appreciate you. Best of luck on the event. I know it's going to be fantastic.
Thank you.
Sounds like lots of fun. So
thank you.
Thank you very much. Good to meet you.
You too.
So, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Socket. Now let's head into our news for the day. Eddie Martinez, a video journalist here at Connect Del Rio, attended the BMX shows that happened at the local elementary schools. We now go to Eddie with a short news cinematic that he worked on. Eddie?
Local elementary campuses got a gnarly surprise from Robert Castillo's BMX freestyle team. Robert Castillo, the man on the mic, is a Del Rio native who, along with his brother Ruben Castillo, have been ripping through the Texas and national BMX flatland scene since the mid-'80s.
the BMX Action Trip Team.
The Castillo brothers would use that motivation to put themselves on course for BMX greatness at an early age. As a rising star of the sport, Ruben even found himself on action sports TV shows in the 90s.
I got a nickname. All the fellas at the beach call me R-Dog, and I like to say hello to my family in Texas.
The Castillo brothers have remained true to the sport for over 40 years. As of 2024, both Robert's and Ruben's legacies have been solidified in BMX history after being inducted into the Texas BMX Hall of Fame. In present day, Robert is proud of the work he does with this team of accomplished athletes.
How many kids actually wear a helmet when you ride?
While here, the Castillo brothers were publicly honored by Mayor Al Ariola. Each were gifted a key to the city. Both in their 50s, Robert and Ruben plan to keep on shredding.
Thank you, Eddie. We really hope you enjoyed that segment put together by Eddie Martinez. That was amazing. Just seeing that footage from 1985 and all the wonderful things that are happening. Great job. So we hope you enjoyed that. Paul Hackemesser also went more in-depth on the public showing of the BMX show. Here is Paul Hackemesser with more. Paul?
On Saturday, March 1st, 2025, the Del Rio Main Street program presented the Freestyle Action Sports Fest, where the Robert Castillo BMX Freestyle team performed a grand public show on Main Street. The team featured Robert Castillo, Ruben Castillo, Jacob Thiem, and Chandler Dunn. Robert and Ruben Castillo are Del Rio locals who started their BMX journey in Del Rio, Texas during the 1980s, leading to a long-lasting and successful adventure in the years to come. One of the key moments from the event was when Del Rio Mayor Al Ariola granted Robert and Ruben the keys to the city of Del Rio.
I want to thank Del Rio for presenting us the key to the city. I'm about to have a tear over here. This is amazing. I appreciate y'all for coming out, showing up for us. Del Rio, thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm overwhelmed, and this is surreal. I never thought we'd be able to do what we're doing. So thank you, Del Rio. We love you.
The event also featured a raffle for various BMX equipment, including bikes, scooters, and more. Near the end of the event, audience members were allowed to visit with the team and receive autographed cards and merchandise. The event was well received by the community, with a large turnout of all ages. This event showcased the amount of respect the community has for its members, past or current, showing us that no matter what happens or where we go, we will always have a place to call home. This has been Paul Hackemesser with Connect Del Rio.
Thank you, Paul. Sandra Hernandez, San Felipe Del Rio CISD Chief Administrative Officer, provided an update on the middle school redesign project during the February 2024 school board meeting. She shared that the district has been working with a company to distribute over 2,400 rezoning notification letters to parents, informing them of their assigned campuses for the fall of 2025. The process was guided by a demographic study to ensure balanced student distribution across 3 middle schools and Garfield Elementary. Parents should expect to receive these letters within 5 to 7 days. Hernandez also updated the board on the new Tech Academy at San Felipe Memorial Middle School, where 229 students have registered. Parents of accepted students will receive follow-up letters in March, confirming their placement. The district has provided frequently asked questions and transportation details alongside the rezoning notifications. Additionally, efforts are underway to redistribute Garfield Elementary's library and textbooks to other schools, with major transfers set for May and June after state testing. Upcoming steps for the redesign project include finalizing student services support for address changes, sending new Tech Academy acceptance letters, completing transportation and staffing plans by March, and reconvening the Citizens Committee to assess additional district needs. To learn more information, read the article written by Alondra Sanchez on ConnectDelRio.com or subscribe to our newspaper to get these stories first. Vice President J.D. Vance landed in Del Rio, Texas at Laughlin Air Force Base Airport, KDLF, on Wednesday, March the 5th. Air Force 2 touched down around 12 p.m. Vance was accompanied by Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. Their destination was the southern border. The Vice President's team traveled to Eagle Pass for their main visit, but was first welcomed by military leaders at Laughlin Air Force Base. Various media outlets had been invited to the flight line to capture the Vice President's arrival. Vance, Hegseth, and Gabbard flew from Washington, D.C. to Del Rio with a full motorcade of traveling press and Secret Service. They waved to local press as they walked across the Laughlin flight line from Air Force 2 toward a pack of Black Hawk helicopters. The Vice President and his team spent only a few minutes on the ground in Del Rio before departing for Eagle Pass. Air Force Captain Del Aguila assisted in escorting the press group. Del Aguila noted that this was the first time the new administration had visited Laughlin, adding that the base personnel were excited. Air Force Colonel Tyler Ellison, commander of the 47th Flying Training Wing, welcomed the Vice President and others, along with the Chief Master Sergeant Lester Largespada. Ellison stated that it was an honor to support Air Force 2 and its very distinguished visitors. Ellison also emphasized that while Laughlin Air Force Base primary mission is pilot training, the base remained committed to supporting the Department of Defense's border security initiatives. Secret Service officers patrolled the flight line and military working dogs conducted security sweeps. At 10:20 a.m., air stairs were rolled out and pilots started up the Black Hawk helicopter engines. The administration's agenda for the southern border visited included 2 key items: a roundtable meeting at the Border Patrol Center in Eagle Pass and a press briefing at Shelby Park. The Air Force was not involved in the roundtable as it was exclusively for Border Patrol officials. The Vice President and his team plan to return to Washington, D.C. before nightfall. The Trump-Vance administration priorities emphasize securing the border and protecting American communities. The White House website listed border as a focal point in its top 3 issues. To learn more information, read the article written by Stevie Quillo on Connect Del Rio or subscribe to our newspaper to get these stories first. Coming up next, we have Alexander Menchaca with our weather update, and Aaron Albritton from Valverde Regional Medical Center visits us here. And Shauna Burkhart is here in the studio too. We've still got lots to cover, so stay tuned.
This episode of CDR24 is brought to you by Lone Star Vitality, the perfect combination of knowledge and great products. A new way to improve your health. Lone Star Vitality has some of the best prices in town and has the best variety of hemp and CBD products. Border Federal Credit Union, supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals. Border FCU is your trusted partner for checking accounts, loans, investments, and much more. Comfort Tech Service Now. When it comes to ensuring the comfort and safety of your home, you need a reliable service provider that you can trust. Comfort Tech Service Now in Del Rio, Texas offers a comprehensive range of HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services tailored to meet your needs. Dovalina Law, serving Del Rio and the Texas local communities since 1997, protecting the rights of the injured. Call 830-774-5252. Valverde Regional Medical Center, the best medical care. With 2 exceptional healthcare providers joining our team, we look forward to enhancing our patient care services with their support and encourage you to schedule your appointment today. Texas Construction Company and Handyman Services, offering a variety of services for commercial and residential locations. From painting and tile work to cabinets and rental services, Texas Construction Company is there for you. We'll be right back after these messages.
When your home needs expert care, Comfort Tech Service Now is here for you. And whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical services, we've got you covered with skilled technicians ready to handle any issue. With our fixed right or it's free, your satisfaction is our top priority. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we're here ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe.
Service Now!
Call Comfort Tech Service Now, where your home's comfort is always our mission.
The newspaper is back in Del Rio. Place your order today to receive our first issue on March 2nd, 2025. At Texas Heritage Real Estate, we believe in creating real connections. We are not just a team. We are a small, passionate family that treats every client as if they were our own. Texas Heritage Real Estate specializes in residential and commercial real estate transactions. We work closely with our clients, providing them with a personalized approach to their real estate needs. Experience the difference of working with a team that truly enjoys what they do and builds real connections with their clients. Texas Heritage Real Estate, helping people find a place to call home. This is your local weather report with meteorologist Alexander Menchaca.
Welcome back to CDR24. This is meteorologist Alexander Menchaca, and this weather report is brought to you by Comfort Tech Service Now. I know the big story we were talking about earlier is that wind. That wind was insane on Tuesday. Let's go and take a look on recapping Tuesday. So, as you can see, we had a huge major weather system push through the middle part of the United States, and with that, it brought very high winds to south central Texas. Let's look at some satellite imagery. I was looking at it on Tuesday just to kind of give you all a brief of it. You see that big system pushing in through Arkansas, a little bit more middle portion of the United States, but the real story is that wind. You can even see that wind picking up in West Texas, bringing that whole, it looks like a little brown patch of dust that was pushing in through south central Texas. That caused that, hazy sky, that little murky sky that you saw, but the one thing that it did do too is bring wind speeds. I even posted a little brief from the National Weather Service that gave Del Rio a shout out, where Del Rio saw 62-mile-per-hour winds. There's actually even a weather sensor in Cinnamon Canyon that even showed a 67-mile-per-hour wind gust. And just to give you an idea of these wind speeds, usually, you know, for severe thunderstorms, we see a severe thunderstorm usually have winds between 50, 60 miles per hour. So to get a wind event with no rain to have over 60-mile-per-hour winds is impressive. And unfortunately, it did cause some havoc around Del Rio. This is actually a radar image that I took on Tuesday as well that showed a fire that broke out in Moody Ranch. Fortunately, that fire is contained, but you can even see the radar picking up that smoke, you know, particles that were going through that area. But luckily, you know, everything's fine, but we are gonna be looking at wind speeds today. So let's transition to what we're doing today. So currently right now in Del Rio, we are at 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are starting to pick up. They're relatively high in the morning as they're coming in from 13 miles per hour from the west. And as well as we are gonna be looking at a red flag warning that's gonna be in effect from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. today. Now, just to explain to you what a red flag warning is, that's just gonna mean that conditions are gonna be favorable for wildfires. So, you know, we're gonna have a really great day here in Del Rio, but, you know, if you're cooking out, if you're outside, you know, doing some work, just be mindful and just be careful because, you know, those conditions are gonna be hazardous this afternoon. So let's take a look at our high temperatures today. We are expecting Del Rio to be around the 80-degree mark. The Highway 90 corridor is gonna be roughly around the high 70s. Really nice day here in Texas, but winds are gonna be a factor. We are expecting wind speeds to be relatively between 15 and 25 miles per hour with wind gusts roughly around 30 miles per hour. So even though you're gonna have a nice day today, just keep in mind that that wind is gonna be possibly a problem in your plans today. As we look tonight, we are expecting to be relatively cool. We are expecting Del Rio to be around 46 degrees Fahrenheit with the majority of the county warning area being in the lower 40s. Wind speeds are not expected to die down. They will be roughly around 15 miles per hour. So, you know, we were joking earlier in the morning about those trash cans. Anything that's loose outside the yard, you want to make sure you get that secured. Just so that way you're not, running around your yard trying to find where things are at tomorrow morning. So let's look at our news for the next couple of days. So you're probably wondering, why are we getting these winds, right? Why is you seeing the sky a little bit different colors or whatnot? Let's take a look at that. So we are expecting a cold front to move through Del Rio today, and that cold front is going to come through the west. You can see that little color path switching. What this is showing you the different temperatures from the upper atmosphere, bringing in that cooler air, right? And with that cold front moving through the west, we are also going to have another cold front that's going to come through the north. And with that, it is going to bring things relatively cool on your Sunday morning. Now, I'm not expecting any freezes. I'm not expecting you to worry about, protecting your plants or pets, but I am expecting you to probably wear that jacket when you go to church tomorrow. So make sure that you, are mindful that tomorrow is going to be relatively cool. And it looks like it's only going to last maybe a few days, but just to be mindful on your plans for this weekend. So let's take a look also too, just to let you know, we are springing forward. We were talking about that the daylight saving times is going to begin tomorrow. Make sure you adjust that clock 1 hour ahead. I know that we live in the digital era now where your clocks do it automatically, but those stoves, those digital devices that you may have, make sure you just keep in mind on that. Also too, the one thing that I'm excited for is that you will be excited to hear that sunsets are going to be a little later. Our sunset today is going to expect to be around 6:47 p.m. Starting tomorrow, we'll see that sunset be closer to 8, which I'm excited for because I love having that sun a little bit later, just to be able to do activities outside. So let's take a look at that 5-day forecast for you. As we look, we are expecting things to remain relatively windy here in Del Rio, but we are going to stay on the warmer side. And the good thing is that we are not going to have any rain. So if you are looking at, maybe getting that car wash, getting some activities done, you can do that, but just make sure you are mindful for that wind this week. And just a reminder that this weather update has been brought to you by Comfort Tech Service Now. Now back to you, Michelle.
Dedicated, trusted, and the latest news. You're watching Del Rio's first advanced morning news show, CDR24.
Thank you, Alexander, for that weather update. Joining us this morning is Val Verde Regional Medical Center's Erin Albritton. She comes today with the latest information on all things Val Verde Regional Medical Center. Welcome back to Community Guest. Good morning, Erin, and welcome this morning. It's nice to meet you.
Good, nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm liking the weather today.
Isn't it nice? It's great. We're going to get some of that windy weather too later on. So, Erin, we know that you're here to tell us all about Val Verde Regional Medical Center. So, what things can you share with us this morning that y'all have going on right now?
So right now is a really exciting time for us because we just, we had a ribbon cutting on the 14th for the cath lab. And then we also have our wound care center that we just opened up March 3rd. So one of the things that people don't know is we already had our therapy department had wound care in their department, but now we have it separate. Okay. It's run by Dr. Manning. The really cool thing about it is we have a doctor who has over 36 years of experience in wound care, and he is there at hand. Yes, yes. We also have Linda and Lisa. They're really good nurses in that wound care center. So all you need to do is get a referral from your primary care physician, and we can get you seen and hopefully get that fixed.
Get that fixed, taken care of. Oh, that's great to know, Erin. So we know that there are also, you were mentioning earlier, some colorectal cancer. Can you help me say that word?
Colorectal cancer awareness.
So,
yes.
Yes. What is going on with that this month?
So it is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month,
okay.
The month of March. And so right now our physicians are just suggesting that people over the age of 45 go and get their screenings or their colonoscopies.
Okay.
So it's really important just for preventative purposes,
Definitely,
but definitely get that done. I think it's suggested to have it done every 10 years. So if you haven't gone, maybe go and get that done, especially this month.
Yeah, creating an awareness for our community. So yes, definitely. So what are some, I know y'all mentioned also that you have some diabetes and cooking classes, right, going on. So how often do those happen, and who can come, and what time do those
So it's
happen?
open to the public.
Okay.
You just sign up for it. It is through our education department, and it's every Tuesday at 10 a.m. So our chef is in there, and he teaches you some healthy eating habits. You talk about healthy eating, what to avoid, what to add to your plate, and you also have, it's a hands-on class. So you also learn a quick recipe, take it home with you.
Right.
You try it there, so it's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of interaction with those events.
With those. It's always good to know what foods are good to eat for people with diabetes. So that's always very helpful, and especially if you get that cooking session in there, even better, right? So, what are some things that are coming up at the Val Verde Regional Medical Center? Anything else that you would like to add, to share with the community?
So right now we have the, because it is Colorectal Cancer Awareness, we will be having an event at the end of the month.
Okay.
Dr. Nguyen, he will be talking about, preventative and maybe symptoms and stuff along those lines. At the end of the month, and we will be going to Precinct 2 to do that. So one of the big things that we're trying to do is to be out in the community. Our motto or our mission is providing health care that our community can trust. And the way that we do that is to be seen out in the community, get our providers out there, our doctors out there, shaking hands, meeting people, and hopefully, we gain that trust from our community to come to our hospital.
Definitely, right. I know y'all share a lot on social media also, so if you haven't gone to their Facebook page, you do share a lot of information, things that are coming up, the classes that you've mentioned, those awareness types of things that are happening during the month. So be sure to visit the Facebook page for the Val Verde Regional Medical Center. So, Erin, any one last thing you want to say before we wrap up?
I think we just have a lot of new initiatives that we are working on at the hospital. We hear the concerns of our community, and we are doing our best to make sure that we are responding to those.
Right. Well, definitely. So
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you so much for what you do, Erin, and thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having
me. It's great
me.
to have you. So be sure that you check out the Facebook page and stay updated. But hopefully we'll get to see you again soon, Erin. So thank you for being here and for stopping by. IGNC held their wine and cheese event. Paul Hackmesser has more. Paul?
On Friday, February 21st, 2025, the Del Rio chapter of the International Good Neighbor Council held the 5th annual Wine and Cheese Scholarship Fundraiser, where they featured great French wine donated by Sojo Cellar, live music by band Cale 4, music by Juan the Saxon Man, Nanez, and a huge display of meats and cheeses.
So my name is Andrew Scarbo. I am the president of the International Good Neighbor Council Del Rio chapter, and I've been the president for about 2 years and 2 months. One of the important things about this event is that it's just a reintroduction every time we have it of how important IGNC is to the community. IGNC is the holder and the keeper of such major tradition here in Del Rio, which is Fiesta de Amistad. Fiesta de Amistad is such an important tradition here because it's the friendship between two countries, the United States and Mexico, and that's what we love about it so much. This is our 5th year doing this event, and it has raised a tremendous amount of money to give back to the community in many different ways.
The fundraiser aimed to raise money for scholarships by auctioning off multiple paintings and works of art done by local students.
Good evening. My name is Al Arriola, the mayor of the city of Del Rio. Well, it really puts the whole community. It's not just for the elite, it's for everybody that wants to come in and taste the cheeses that are coming in, the wines, and really just to form a little community involvement and get involved on really participating in something like this for the future of our kids.
This event showcases the camaraderie within not just our community, but with our neighbors on the other side of the border. It shows us that our communities are capable and willing to come together to aid the young minds of our future.
Yes, I'm Kurt Wardlaw, County Commissioner of Precinct 1. Well, the most important part about the event is the unification of the community, because it's not just all the entities within Del Rio on the Texas side of the border, but it's also from the other side of the border. So we're bringing all entities from both sides of the border together, and that's the biggest part of this event, I believe, besides that with the fundraising. They go together. It's fundraising and then the unity, and it makes it one. And you can feel it when you're in the room. It's really amazing.
Ultimately, the event was a success, not only in raising money for scholarships, but by bringing the community together. The evening was a celebration of unity, culture, generosity, and a shared purpose between neighbors. Proof that when communities come together, they can make a change that lasts. This has been Paul Hackmesser with Connect Del Rio.
Thank you, Paul. Eddie attended Southwest Texas College's Career Fair, which took place at the Del Rio Civic Center. Eddie has more. Eddie?
On Thursday, over 500 students from Del Rio, Bracketville, and Ciudad Acuña toured about 70 possible careers at Southwest Texas College's Career Expo.
Alongside the Workforce Solutions, we work together to create this event, which is the College and Career Expo 2025, where we invite all the high schools of the area to come and see our different departments, as well as different vendors, different community members that we have here in Del Rio.
Gonzalez says his goal is to create excitement around the range of opportunities in Del Rio.
I've enjoyed the nursing programs here and all the medical programs. I enjoy seeing what they do and how they can help people.
Along with the freebies, Gonzalez wants students to have a bright future.
Thank you, Eddie. Next, joining us here in studio is Shauna Burkhart. Burkhart and Mayor Al Arriola recently returned from a visit in Washington, D.C. She's here to talk about that and more. Welcome to Open Discussion. Good morning, Ms. Shauna Burkhart. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's so great to have you here with us again, at Connect Del Rio. So we know you have lots to share with us this morning. So I think we're going to begin talking about the citywide cleanup this morning.
Yes, let me start by announcing that we have our City of Del Rio citywide cleanup starting on March 22nd from 9 to 1, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that will be held at the Joe Ramos Center at 1105 West De La Rosa Street. And those things that will be accepted are brush, limbs, household trash, white goods, stoves, washers, dryers, lawnmowers, bicycles, and building materials.
Okay, great. So if you're definitely doing some spring cleaning, that is the day to gather your things up and take them down that way, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
So please come out and join us.
Yeah, definitely. I know I've been thinking about that. Just things that, we kind of tend to collect a lot of things sometimes, so definitely that time to take those things over there.
Absolutely.
So, we know that y'all just got back from a trip to Washington, D.C. Tell us about that.
Yes, we had a very productive trip and a productive set of meetings. We were able to meet with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency regarding our water and wastewater needs and any loans that they may have, and that was the most productive of all the meetings. We had a meeting with the U.S. Department of Transportation regarding regional airline service and our recruitment of a regional airline service. We met with the Office of Local Defense, Community Cooperation, and this is regarding loans for water infrastructure improvements that can provide resiliency for Laughlin Air Force Base. And then finally, we met with the U.S. Department of State on our presidential permit process for the Second International Bridge. And we were able to finally have some brief visits with our congressional delegation, including U.S. Representative Tony Gonzalez and his staff, U.S. Senator John Cornyn and his staff, and then finally U.S. Senator Ted Cruz and his staff. So things were just hopping, but our most productive meeting was with the EPA, and we were able to target some loan funds that are the most flexible out there. They will provide 49% of our project cost. They cap the projects at $30 million, and they have flexible drawdown schedules, and interest rate only occurs when you draw it down. So even though we may only use $10 million, we're only paying interest on $10 million versus the full 30. And so it's an excellent program.
Excellent. Wonderful.
Yes.
So definitely a productive visit and
Absolutely.
trip. And so, and just thinking about the carrier, so regarding the airline service recruitment, would it be possible maybe to offer incentives to possible carriers?
Actually, that is a part of the process. And I know that the city has that. We have a grant also that we were able to acquire that helps us incentivize a carrier to come and join us. I believe also that the EDC has participated in that process in incentivizing a regional carrier. And obviously all of the businesses in town, all of the CBP and Laughlin Air Force Base, all the maquilas, from around Acuna and here in town, all of those individuals have helped us and their businesses in trying to recruit an airline. And so that is still part of the process. And we are using all that information to incentivize a carrier to come and join us.
That's wonderful. Just because we know there's a process, right, to everything.
Yes.
It's easier said than done with a lot of things, but there is a lot of protocol, a lot of processes that need to be done. But y'all are definitely working every day diligently for the city and for the community of Del Rio. So
and we're using a professional consultant to assist us so that we're not just out there going at it alone. We actually are using an entity that has done this before.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yes.
So yes, excited about that and all that y'all have done. We also know that your next city council meeting is going to be on March the 14th, 2025
Yes.
at 6:30 p.m. So can you tell us maybe what key topics will be discussed there at the meeting?
Certainly, we have, I think the most important topic that we have out there is our 5-year a selection of an engineer for the next 5 years for our water system and also for our sewer system. And so that will give us continuity of service and continuity of knowledge, of projects, just the entire system, rather than going out and farming out projects individually to different entities. This way we have some continuity of service.
Great. So, and you also would like to invite the residents to come by,
Yes,
right? So
please join us.
Yeah, so how can residents provide feedback and participate at these meetings?
Absolutely. If you join us at our meetings, we have the opportunity for you to sign up to have or make a citizen comment, and we hope that everybody feels willing to do that and heard.
Right.
And so we take down any information we get from those comments. I make calls later in the week and try to follow up with individuals.
Yes, well, we know you all and the team are extremely busy, but we thank you for making time to come visit us. And so,
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to add and share with the community before we wrap up?
Certainly, I just want you to know that your city is at work, and we are dedicated to the service of the citizens of Del Rio.
Yes, well, we thank you for your service.
Thank you.
We are so happy to have Mrs. Shauna Burkhart here with us today, our city manager, and it's always great to have her here and a pleasure to have her to share the information with the city of Del Rio. So we are just about ready to close out, but before we do, we've got one more look at our weather and a look at our events happening around town. All this and more when we return from these messages.
This episode of CDR24 is brought to you by Lone Star Vitality, the perfect combination of knowledge and great products. A new way to improve your health. Lone Star Vitality has some of the best prices in town and has the best variety of hemp and CBD products. Border Federal Credit Union, supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals. Border FCU is your trusted partner for checking accounts, loans, investments, and much more. Comfort Tech Service Now. When it comes to ensuring the comfort and safety of your home, you need a reliable service provider that you can trust. Comfort Tech Service Now in Del Rio, Texas offers a comprehensive range of HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services tailored to meet your needs. Govalina Law, serving Del Rio and the Texas local communities since 1997, protecting the rights of the injured. Call 830-774-5252. Valverde Regional Medical Center, the best medical care. With 2 exceptional healthcare providers joining our team, we look forward to enhancing our patient care services with their support and encourage you to schedule your appointment today. Texas Construction Company and Handyman Services, offering a variety of services for commercial and residential locations. From painting and tile work to cabinets and rental services, Texas Construction Company is there for you. We'll be right back after these messages.
When your home needs expert care, Comfort Tech Service Now is here for you. And whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical services, we've got you covered with skilled technicians ready to handle any issue. With our fixed right or it's free, your satisfaction is our top priority. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we're here ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe.
Service Now!
Call Comfort Tech Service Now, where your home's comfort is always our mission.
The newspaper is back in Del Rio. Place your order today to receive our first issue on March 2nd, 2025. At Texas Heritage Real Estate, we believe in creating real connections. We are not just a team. We are a small, passionate family that treats every client as if they were our own. Texas Heritage Real Estate specializes in residential and commercial real estate transactions. We work closely with our clients, providing them with a personalized approach to their real estate needs. Experience the difference of working with a team that truly enjoys what they do and builds real connections with their clients. Texas Heritage Real Estate, helping people find a place to call home. This is your local weather report with meteorologist Alexander Menchaca.
Good morning, Del Rio, and welcome back here with the weather segment with meteorologist Alexander Menchaca. Get you all caught up weather-wise this weekend here in Del Rio. But before we get you caught up this weekend, let's take a look at last week. The biggest story was the wind. We heard us talk about how those trash cans, power lines, tree limbs, it just wreaked havoc last Tuesday. Matter of fact, the National Weather Service on their weather discussion gave Del Rio a shout out where I highlighted there where it talks about Del Rio hit a peak wind gust of 62 miles per hour. In Cinnamal Canyon, just located just around Comstock, they hit 67 miles per hour. And just to give you an idea of these weather speeds, for severe thunderstorm warnings, the category or one of the requirements is to have winds between 50 to 60 miles per hour or greater. And to get a 60 mile per hour wind gust or higher without any precipitation or any kind of forcing like that is really, really impressive. And we can go ahead and describe to you how that occurred, right? So a huge weather system moved through the mid portion of the United States, and with the back then, the winds needed to push that system out to the northeast. And with that, it created a huge dust cloud and particles to move through south central Texas, something you rarely see with the satellite. You can go outside right now and look at the haziness of the sky, but just to give you an idea, for a satellite imagery to show dust being moved this quickly and this fine, that just shows you that was really strong winds. And unfortunately, with those strong winds, you even saw fire hazard. We had a fire breakout near Moody Ranch, a little bit south in Del Rio. And looking at our radar imagery on Tuesday, you can even see where the radar even picked up a few precipitation particles. That's not precipitation, ladies and gentlemen. That is the smoke from that fire. And fortunately, everything was resolved, and we shout out to all our emergency personnel for helping us with that. But just to give you an idea of how dangerous, even a wind event with no rain or no, hail or anything like that can be, catastrophic for the area. And we're gonna go look at today. We're looking at temperatures right now, a little bit in the, I would say the upper 60s now that we're getting closer to the mid portion of the day. Winds right now are sustained at 13 miles per hour, so it is windy out there and it's gonna continue. Wind speeds today are expected to be around 15 to 25 miles per hour sustained with 35 mile per hour wind gusts. And with that, we also have a red flag warning. A red flag warning will begin today at 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. And just to give you some more information on that, that means that conditions again will be favorable for wildfires and any sort of that. So you want to be careful today. I know it's going to be an awesome day in Del Rio. You may want to break out, cooking out or whatnot, or just do some work, out in the yard or anything like that. But you just want to be careful and mindful that conditions are favorable for fires, just to keep in mind for that. Let's take a look at our temperatures today. We are expecting Del Rio to be around the 80-degree mark, with Eagle Pass being roughly around the same 80-degree mark as well. We have a little brief cold front moving on through, and you can even see depicted from the temperature, difference between the northern portion of the state and the southern portion of the state. And, we are going to stay relatively, nice here in Del Rio, but remember the wind is going to be a factor today, and especially tonight. Especially tonight, we are going to see temperatures be in the mid 40s here in Del Rio, as well as, we're going to see lower 40s around the Metroplex as well. But it is going to stay windy. That's going to be the biggest thing today, is wind is going to stay with us today, tonight, and into tomorrow. And speaking about, your week and heading into your week next week, I was saying we have a cold front that's going to be moving through today through the west portion of us, and with that, it's going to keep our winds relatively, high. But as well, tomorrow, maybe into late tonight, early tomorrow morning, we have a secondary cold front, which you can see here gets pushed through to the south. And with that, that's going to bring us not only windy conditions to stay on Sunday, but it's also going to bring us relatively cooler weather. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, you are going to want to carry that jacket. I'm not expecting any freezing weather, but it's going to be relatively chilly tomorrow if you go to church, on the morning. And also, too, we are expecting to spring forward. Tomorrow we begin daylight saving time, so make sure you do, adjust those clocks 1 hour ahead of time. I know that we live in a digital age now where the clock does it automatically. I know some Gen Zs are probably like, what do you mean changing the clock, right? But just make sure that if you have any, your stoves, anything that's analog that you need to change, make sure you get that changed. And the one thing that I'm looking forward to is the sunsets. Well, today's sunset is expected to be around 6:47 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow we'll start seeing sunsets closer to 8 o'clock, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to be able to get some more things done with that sun being a little bit later than usual. And let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. We are expecting things to be relatively windy for the majority part of the week here in Del Rio, but it's going to be sunny, so make sure you take advantage of those sunny days. We are not expecting any rain in the next couple of days. And just make sure you are careful because we are looking at a red flag warning today. And I'm anticipating that we may have a red flag warning for parts of next week as well. And as always, this has been a weather update by meteorologist Alexander Menchaca. And now back to you, Michelle.
Dedicated, trusted, and the latest news. You're watching Del Rio's first advanced morning news show, CDR24.
Thank you, Alexander, for that weather report. Let's close things out with event highlight. A boutique sale and Ollie's pop-up is happening at 10 a.m. today, taking place right after we close things out. The event is taking place at Russell Hardware and Company, and they are having 20% off sale on their boutique items. Plus, Ollie's Bakery is hosting a pop-up sale. Join us for fresh baked treats and sourdough breads, which are delicious, by the way. So, Culture Chalk is bringing a vibrant celebration of art and community to Casa de la Cultura on Saturday, March 22nd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Artists of all skill levels will transform the streets around Brown Plaza into stunning chalk murals inspired by legends like Da Vinci, Picasso, Frida Kahlo, and Andy Warhol. With live music by DJ Yessie, on-site food vendors, and a lively atmosphere. Attendees can enjoy both the creative process and the finished masterpieces. The event features a public voting system alongside in-house judges with cash prizes of $300 for first place, $200 for second, and $150 for third. Entry is free for all artists, making it an open invitation to showcase talent and celebrate culture through art. Save the date, Del Rio. Join us on March 15th, 2025 for the Del Rio Parks Foundation Annual St. Patty's Celebration with Amistad PTSD and FOB Del Rio. Kick off the morning from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. with our Green Day and Plant Sale at the Garden in collaboration with the Del Rio High School Agriculture Club. In the evening, enjoy the St. Patty's Lucky 5K at 6 p.m., followed by our beer garden at 7 p.m., featuring entertainment by Laser Sanchez and a cornhole tournament. Sign up for the 5K at Amistad PTSD and visit them at delrioparksfoundation.com for more details on the cornhole tournament. Looks like some awesome events this weekend, Alexander, don't you think?
Absolutely. I love that we're able to provide people with a list of things to do. I know sometimes it's very hard to find in Del Rio what's going on. But the wind's going to be a factor, Michelle. I love that you said the trash cans need to be an alert this weekend for sure.
And you mentioned 62 miles an hour. When you said that during the weather segment, I thought, no wonder the trash cans and trampolines were flying around everywhere too, right?
I know, yeah. So, it's just impressive because, like I said, usually we see those with, thunderstorms and whatnot. Just to have a wind event just that strong is just impressive.
Can we call it a windstorm?
I would say, I think you can call it that for sure, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and then last time we were here, Alexander, I know that you mentioned not to put those jackets away, and so it's here. That cold front you told us about a few weeks back we're gonna see it soon, as soon as tomorrow, because I go to church, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need my jacket, so thanks for the heads up.
We will. But one thing that I will say is that it is gonna be short-lived, and I think that those heavy-duty jackets, I think we're safe to start putting them away.
Okay, so we can put those away. All right, so before we go offline, we want to thank you for watching this morning's episode. We'd also like to close out with our mission statement. Connect Del Rio's mission is to create and structure a centralized online source that hosts the latest information, high-end services, and tools that benefit and progress the city of Del Rio.
So we envision a future where we have established a new local digital status quo that helps our city improve its online infrastructure.
Lastly, Connect Del Rio will always strive to help improve our community overall and provide quality work that you would normally see in large cities. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you again later in this month on
CDR24 Morning News Show.
Until next time, thanks for watching CDR24.